Okay, so we want to do number 58 from 10.5. Says we've got x to the 2/3 power times the quantity x to the 4/3 plus x to the minus 2/3. Okay. Who's scared of fractional exponents? Okay. Understandably, they're scary. What do I do with some junk like this?
Don't panic.
Yeah, first I should remain calm. Second,
Multiply it. No?
yeah, I mean, I really kind of fundamentally have to distribute first, right? There really isn't anything else I can do. So let me distribute. And this is the step that I think most of you are going to...
I would have added
You can't. They're not like terms. Because the powers are different, they're not like terms.
Also, we're not looking at the threes, we're looking at the top number.
Yeah, so really it doesn't...
So it's not a real fraction. It's not a
Yeah,
fraction.
this thing is an exponent, right? It's talking about multiplication. Here I'm doing, right, I've got exponents that talk about multiplication. This thing talks about addition. I can't put those together.
Okay.
You guys see that? If I thought about this in the old chapter 10 stuff, I would say this guy, right, is the cube root of x to the 4th plus 1 over x squared's cube root.
So we couldn't go like x 2/3 times x 2/3.
No, because these aren't like terms, right?
Okay.
See
Now,
that?
The three is
The exponents are talking about multiplication, not about addition.
Okay.
You guys playing along with that now? This is subtle, right? Because I have a bunch of rules that combine the way exponents work. I have a rule that says I should add exponents, right? But that rule is about multiplication, because exponents are about multiplication. Here I'm trying to do addition, so the exponent rules aren't going to help me. Okay, see that? So I should do the multiplication first. So my multiplication is distribute this guy through. And the step that I would advise is that you write down everything you mean here. So don't add the powers now or multiply the powers now. Just write down what you mean. So I'm going to take this thing times this stuff. That gives me x to the 2/3 times x to the 4/3. Right? What's the second term? X to the 2/3 times x to the minus 2/3, right? Now I should ask myself, do I add or multiply the exponents on these? Why do I add the exponents? Because there's two sets of base, right? And I'm multiplying them together. If I was adding these two things together, I wouldn't be able to do this. You guys with me on that? Okay, so I get x to the... Yeah, and I would have to find a common bottom if the bottoms were different, right? So here I'm adding 2/3 and 4/3 gives me 6/3, right? Which is 2. And then over here I've got 2/3 minus 2/3. I get x to the 0. What's x to the 0? X to the 0 is 1. Because I'm talking about multiplication. No, I'm not multiplying it by 0. I'm multiplying by 0 x's. Right, the starting point in multiplication is 1, not 0. So I get out of this x squared plus 1.
I panicked with the minus 2/3. I thought I had to switch them or something.
Okay, so we could think that way. If we wanted to think about this as switching, we could think, all right, there's an x to the 2/3, right? And then this guy really belongs in the bottom. So that means I'm looking at taking x to the 2/3 times x to the, or sorry, times 1 over x to the 2/3. You guys see that?
Still can do it.
And they cancel. That's why you get the 1, because they cancel.
Then why wouldn't it equal 1 instead of 0?
Oh,
Because x to the 1 means 1x, right? Multiplied by itself, that's an x.
But it's still giving you just 1. No, you have x.
Yeah, there's something there. There's x.
So if the x was a 3 to the 0 power, it would still be 1?
The x was so 3 to the 0?
Yeah. it would still
Yeah,
be 1?
this is 1.
Okay.
wow. I forgot about that.
But this, right, number to the 1 is just the number you started with.
So you could have
Okay.
any number to the 0
Any
power,
number to the
and it's
0
still gonna be 1.
is 1 except for 0, which is weird.
What does that mean?
No, don't go there.
Zeros, I don't know. Yeah. So 0 to the 0
Would be like
No,
having
no.
the 0 on the
is
bottom.
undefined.
Oh, there you go.
Oops, undefined.
I remember this rule.
Okay. But number to the 0 is 1.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Cool?
I think.
This one's weird. This is one of these things like you're not allowed to divide by 0.
Yeah.
I don't know what 0 to the 0 is. It just doesn't make sense meaningfully.
Because like with the 0, you're multiplying by nothing.
That's the problem, right? Because 0 to the number should be zeros multiplied together, right?
Okay.
So these two together make a problem, right? If I said that these are both true all the time, then 0 to the 0 should be 1, and also it should be 0. 1 and 0 are definitely different. So I have to say this thing is undefined. I don't know what that is. Does this help?